Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
Well, when something goes wrong with your vehicle, you want to make sure that you have that go-to person that you can rely on. And here to help us out understanding that is Tom Grothous. He's the automotive expert. Welcome, Tom.
Glad to be here.
All right,
so
cars, something's happening. You hear those little noises, and you want to make sure that you're taking it to the right person.
That's the thing that I see so many people, they jump around from one place to another to another. They think they're going to this place and then to that place. They really don't know the technicians, you know? And you might talk to the service writer, the service manager, or whoever's writing you up, but do you really get to talk to the technician? Once the technician knows that you're interested in them, ask the service writer if you can talk with the technician after he's worked on your car, and ask him some questions like, how would you do if this was your car? Would you do that or not? You know, the service writer, he's there to upsell. You know, that's what his job is. The service manager's there to make money for the company. The technician's there to do the job right.
Right.
And getting to know that technician. That's why I always say, get to know the technician. If you have a technician that you have in mind and they, you know, you're not real sure about them, and then maybe go to someplace else. But that routine is when they know that you know them, they'll do right for you.
Yeah. So do you think people just kind of pop around just because it's convenient at the time, or do they think that all technicians just know exactly the same thing, or, you know?
Well,
because technicians aren't the same. They don't all do the same work.
Right. I mean, you've got guys that are electronic technicians. You got guys that are the brakes and muffler and, you know, stuff like that, transmission problems, stuff like that. You're always going to have that specialty. That's the good part about our profession. It's just like a doctor. You got a doctor that's a general practitioner, and then you got a doctor that's a specialist to take your gallstones out or whatever. You know, you want to find that, and that's the service writer or the service manager's job, is to set you up with that. But you should feel comfortable asking to talk to your technician. That's the key. If after the service is done, just ask the service writer or whatever, can I talk with the technician? I just want to ask them a few questions about my car.
Yeah.
That's how you get to know your technician.
Right, and it'd be kind of like going to the doctor. You kind of go, you know, that family doctor, let's say.
Yes.
You know, the family doctor knows your history and knows your body. I guess the technician would know your car.
Oh, exactly. And the thing is, when you make an appointment, you ask, is Bill there? Is Bill going to be there at the appointment? Because I like Bill. Ask for that. That does a lot to Bill, too. It gives him some pride, some self-worth, and it lets the service manager know that, hey, Bill has got some customers that follow him. And that means that's important. He cares about what he's doing.
Right, and when you get that, you know, reputation, you know, they know you, you know them, and they know your vehicle. So they kind of know what to expect for the future too, right?
Yeah, you know, you get that sheet and it's got the red, orange, and green, and whether you gotta do the brakes, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. If you know your technician and you're talking to them afterwards, it only takes a couple minutes. Some businesses say, well, they're busy, you know. Well, sure, they're busy, but I'm paying that $100 an hour, you know. So I should be able to talk to the service person. And if they don't let that, then maybe you want to go someplace else.
Yeah.
Now, going out into the shop, that's another thing. That's an insurance issue. But having the technician come and talk to you because you want to ask some specific questions, that's important because that's what you're paying for.
Yeah. Do you find that's hard to do, like to get that time?
It is, unless you ask for it. If you ask specifically to talk to your technician, they'll let you do that. But in general, they want the service writer or the service manager to handle everything, and, you know, they're the smooth talkers.
Right.
Maybe the technician isn't that great of a smooth talker, but he might be a very very, very good smooth talker, and he's able to communicate with the customers, but he never gets that chance.
That's true. That's true. So get to know your technician.
Get to
and
know
get that bond going, I guess, right?
Feel comfortable asking to talk to your technician or your specialist.
All right. Well, Tom, thanks so much for coming on today.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, don't go away because medical news is coming up next.